How are you? 恭喜发财. I said it wrong. Happy Chinese New Year's.
Thank you. Yeah, Fnatic versus 496, pretty hype. Even though 496, they are 1-3 now, definitely not living up to the hype, but I still think they are a very entertaining team to watch.
I think that they're still a good team. Let's not take anything away from these guys. I feel like there's a lot of potential that they can kind of showcase. That said, if we're looking at this lineup, what do you think? Just you're without looking at the teams or whatever. You're just looking at heroes. Who do you think has the advantage?
I think Fnatic has a much easier draft to play. Their AoE are fantastic. Their timings are also pretty good with the Monkey King Tidehunter, Wraith King 3 cores. The sustainability, survivability are also very good too against the heroes of 496. So overall, if I'm just to look at the heroes, I think Fnatic have a better late game draft. But 496 though, if they can snowball this game, their snowballing potential is very high.
Yeah, and they're gonna need to win out the early mid game. I think that especially with the Leshrac, who can be pushing towers very quickly. But I mean, I foresee every single team fight in late game is gonna be Raven up front. He gets baited, and then he dies or whatever. But then you Monkey King ult, you Static Storm on top of him. You've got Ravage to kind of ravage. You know what I mean? Like you have this like crazy follow up that's gonna be very difficult to deal with. So it's gonna be interesting to see how 496 play this.
Yeah, laning phase is gonna be a very important stage for 496. They have to kind of find some advantage going into the mid game, so that they can at least have the bounty hunter to get level 6 early.
Yeah.
So that they can start the track goal, snowball, and whatever they want to do.
Okay. All right, but obviously, I think that not looking at the heroes and looking at just the teams themselves, Fnatic, you would give them what percentage to win this series?
Honestly, I feel like Fnatic, they are on a pretty good roll right now. Their draft are solid, their plays are solid as well. I'll give them like a 60-40 here.
Okay. Wow, it's not. I thought it was much higher than that. And it looks like you're only giving a 60-40, which is kind of like a coin flip in that sense.
I have to give a bit of respect to 496. 496 is always the team that are very good in coming out with upsets, pulling upsets. So maybe this is the kind of matchup that they are expecting themselves to shine.
Yeah. Okay. Like, to be honest, it'd be an amazing upset in that sense. I mean, yes, it's like they're what 1-4, or 1-3. I don't remember. Let me just
1-3.
1-3.
Yes.
So yeah, they definitely need to win this one.
Definitely, they need to. If they manage to get this one, at least they don't tie themselves with Execration or Wise. Okay, Hustler level 1. Level 1 Envy though, we don't see this very often.
Yeah, he's just looking for that steal. He did not get it. No fast fingers. And actually, I think that this is rough when you try to go for that, that steal or whatever. Now you don't have Janata. You can't really be stealing gold, which is pretty massive in the laning phase.
Yeah, I never know what's the intention of going for Shadow Walk level 1. Especially when he does not want. He's not the kind of bounty hunter that we saw from Signal Ultra, right? That just go for bounty boost of speed and then keep killing careers. He's the one that wants to play lane with all of Venom. But why don't you get Juggernaut if you are going to play lane? I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, and this is one of those. It's a suspect play, and I think you're gonna suffer, especially against the Tide, and you really want an advantage going against him. Give your Jugs like as much space as possible. So a little bit of a misplay, I think, and just trying to go for that steal, very very greedy.
Mid lane Moon versus Hung. I think this is gonna be a little bit advantageous for Leshrac, which means that he has to definitely pop off from this laning phase, because the Leshrac game is very important for 496 here. He represents the one that really ramp up the tempo of first team.
Do you think that Moon, it's most of the pressure is to win this game by basically not losing the laning phase is pretty much on him?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the responsibility of his hero, just to stabilize the lane, making sure that he does not lose, and then don't let Leshrac get the very early T1 tower, and then he can start making his rotation on the side lanes.
All right, and you just think it's vice versa in the sense that Hung needs to win out this game in the laning phase, or who's the most pressure on?
I think more pressure is on Hung. I feel like whoever that needs to play offensive are mostly on the offensive, on the pressure side. Because for Moon, he knows that, alright, I just have to stabilize the lane. I don't need to do anything crazy. But Hung, he might have to outplay Moon in some ways.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to be an interesting laning phase, especially to start. But Hustler here is spotted out. Doesn't he be careful? He's just level 1, though, fighting up against the level 2 Jabs. And it looks like Jabs has to use the kinetic field to kind of zone him away. But that was actually very close for Jabs.
Yeah, the one thing from Shadow Walk is that you get the minor slow when you are hitting someone off the enemy. So maybe that is what he's aiming for in this lane, because you see that he's always going for the Disruptor, but not Masaros, because he knows that he won't be doing any damage to the Tidehunter. That's why he's just bullying Jabs in all costs.
Yeah. And Lightning Storm doing a decent amount of work against Moon here. It's pretty much neck and neck, but nobody's got a bottle. Nobody really has the regen, which is very odd in the mid lane.
Nana is doing a very good job in taking care of his CS. He makes sure that Hang won't be getting a comfortable lane as he wants to. Top lane though, Masaru is getting really low.
Yeah, actually this is super unlike a Tide in the lane, and he's kind of doesn't need to respect Hustler now who has Janata, so it's going to kind of affect his net worth, so to speak. But Dad B is just running straight at him. Hustler, on the other hand, is focusing on Jabs, and those guys are not focused on the right target.
Sentry is very good in scouting out Hustler as well, so no more shenanigans like Shadow Walking to hit him anymore. Jabs, we'll see him coming this time. Hustler also learned the Shuriken Toss at level 2 so that he can cancel off this salve coming up from Jabs. So still no Jinata for the casual goal steal.
Like, I mean, I understand why you would do that and to go for the salve to just kind of, stop the sustain or whatever, but I feel like just Janata is just so good, because like you just work around that cooldown, and then you don't really have the mana to cast Shuriken Toss and Shadow Walk, so you kind of are suffering in that sense, and you have more value with Janata in lane.
Just imagine, like, it's been 4 minutes now. If he had Janata at level 1, just imagine how many gold he would have stolen.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how you farm his bounty. You just hit the enemy hero. I mean, yeah, you might get like, they're gonna attack you or whatnot. But I mean, you want that as opposed to them going against Jugs. But 496 here, little close. Jab's getting low. The spin out to win gets first blood, and that BB starting off strong.
Very surprising that they are even winning this laning phase. To be very honest, without Jinata on the bounty hunter. But everything is going good and well at the side lanes for Fnatic, especially Moon's lane doing fantastic. 10 last hit against, and I mean 10 last hit leads against Hang on the Leshrac, and bottom side Wraith King should not have a lot of pressure against Beastmaster. It's going to be a trade farm lane though at the bottom side, so both of them will be fat.
Yeah, you say that, but still Raven is the bottom in terms of last hits, at least from the cores, so that kind of worries me just going in. Obviously, he should have no issues farming once he gets going, but Hustler here continuing to trade. A couple right shots with the Jabs here. There we go. The kinetic field he actually walks into it, so he's stuck in there. Oh, he goes for the Shuriken Toss camp, and Hustler with the outplay, and he ends up killing Jabs.
That's the power of the Jinata, right? The extra damage, the gold steal, everything just very good for Hustler. Oh, Moon, level 6.
Oh, man. Look, he has, like, no mana left. He's, like, the bare bones minimum. But he's got, brown boots and a clarity on potion on the courier. Should be coming to him. He's definitely going to need that.
I wonder what kind of plays that Moon is going for this game. Is he going for the playmaker kind of Monkey King, or the one that transition into a secondary core with the scaling items like Maelstrom, like a Alchemy Scepter? Honestly, if you ask me, I'd like him to go for a secondary core item.
I agree with that too, because of the fact that like all you want to do is you just want to like slow down the game, give Raven space to just farm, and then you know what I mean, like you just slow down and just make sure that nothing happens to Raven. And so you know what I mean, if you went playmaker and you like get killed a couple times, you're gonna have a problem because of the fact that you're just throwing away your life. And I think if he plays a little bit safer, I think he should definitely be going second core. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like Fnatic has all the means to go late game this game, because they just know that they have a better heroes or Masaru.
Oh, Mazara tried to TP away, not able to get out, and Dat BB with the secondary kill. I think he actually had Omni Slash, which he just used for that.
Yeah, he did.
DJ, on the other hand, has been silenced. He's going to walk away, but the Necro 1s are after him, and they do kill him. So there's a 2 for nothing so far, and this is kind of what we expected from 496. Their laning was going to be good.
Yeah, Beastmaster, especially with the level 1 Necronomicon.
Jabs
is
gets
not
killed
having fun at
here.
all.
Bombi, on the other hand, nice little play there. Secures that one. Or, sorry, with Hustler. Hustler making some good plays throughout.
Yeah, surprisingly. He's making plays with Bounty Hunter. I think his concept is cool. You know, having that Shadow Walk level 1, he's just destroying Jab's game. And look at Jab's net worth. He's sitting at the absolute bottom. And I've seen this coming out from Jabs before. Like whenever he has a terrible game, he seemed very struggle to have a way back into the game. Like we have seen the What Spirit game coming out from Jabs before.
Yeah.
Like he crumbles at the early game and he basically never recovered to a traditional post 4.
Yeah, which is definitely not great for the team, right? I think that's that's you need to make an impact, especially in the laning phase. Okay, Hung Hung is looking just to be stuck on the wrong side of this one. I don't know where he was. Did not expect to be 3 heroes to be right there, but a little bit of mispositioning there.
Definitely did not expect Raven to be there too, but Raven is smart enough to just dodge the bottom side because he knows that the longer he stays at the bottom side, the higher risk it will be of him dying. And the Beastmaster want to be the one just diving him over and over again, especially he has the draw now. So smart choice of getting out of the bottom side. He just jungle a little bit. He even get the mid lane all to himself too. So Raven is not doing too bad, but we said this before. 496 needs to be the one ramping up the tempo.
Yeah, they need to be pushing. They need to be like, and throughout this all, aside from Hung Hung just dying there, like there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure that he's been applying. Like usually you want to be kind of chipping down those towers and just kind of making your way into the strategic elements, strategic objectives. That said, Moon getting so low, he does get killed, mistimes it, thought he could TP away, and DatBB makes him pay. That's the 3rd kill for him.
Right, seems like DPC is the one just taking all the responsibility on his shoulder. Definitely played really well. 3 kills all to himself, all orchestra by himself. And here comes Hong Hong. He knows that he needs to do something on the map using Diabolic, and bottom lane is the easiest one for him.
Yeah, and he, unfortunately though, he's not able to get the last hit. Red steals that one from under his nose. So they'll kind of work that one out. But again, first tower, very important in this game.
Definitely. Now they can try to make a move on Masaros, since Masaros will be the one defending this late lane by himself. Disruptor, he has to stay mid to soak up the unwanted experience. And then they see DJ at the top lane still. So Fnatic actually have very good information on the whereabouts of Fnatic's heroes. So it's really up to them to make a rotation whether which lane they want to attack.
And one thing we didn't really talk about was that 496, their draft, like the Bounty Hunter gives so much vision, plus you have the Beastmaster Hawk. So like the vision game, you can definitely win out. It's the team fighting late game, which is where I'm kind of worried about this lineup.
Oh, definitely. The team fight wise, they definitely cannot compare to Fnatic. Oh, Jabs.
Oh, Hustler found him, but he gets stuck in the kinetic field. The Dream Kill. Oh no, it's just the silence, the phase shift, and Jabs just barely walking away. I don't think he's fast enough. He's slowly walking away. His mount is not quick enough, and Hustler makes him pay. Mind you, Hustler's only level 5 though, so no bounty gold.
That's fortunate for Fnatic. Otherwise, that would be a 3-man benefit track goal.
Oh, haste.
Masaros.
Hung Hung, he literally gets on his pony and he just starts running at Mazaros and they just blow him up. They've got all 5 heroes here, even committing the Dream Coil. They're going to have to glyph to slow this down, and this is what we are afraid of. In the 496, like the train, so to speak.
Yeah, very good job for them to just commit 5 men on the mid lane so that like Fnatic, they'll look at this, oh my god, they commit the 5 men, just like we have nothing on our toolkit to defend against this. Monkey King does not have the Wukong's command. Even if he does, he wouldn't want to go to the mid lane as well, especially against Beastmaster Hawk. So I'll say 496, if they want to keep going, they can, and they definitely should.
And one thing to note is that Moon needs to play actually a little bit safer, just because of the fact that Hustler is there. Once he tracks you, he can kind of like lock you down. So Moon needs to play a lot more conservatively, and probably something that you don't really want to do as a Monkey King, where you can kind of just go in and out and just be very mobile throughout the fights. But with Hustler there, it kind of is a nice little counter to his gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. Because we all know that Monkey King, he wants to be the one handling the lane with the 3 dance, but If you get tracked,
Ooh, nice little hook shot. They found Bombi. He's going to phase shift at least to the side. The orb is going to be there, but he gets blown up even before he can phase away. So a little bit of a throw there. Bombi in a bad spot.
Very aggressive play coming from Bombi as well.
You say very aggressive. I say throwy.
Extra unnecessary aggressiveness.
Definitely. All right, Beastmaster though. I mean, they do have, you know, a decent amount of vision. Look at how far they are. The Juggernaut is all the way at the bottom T2. He's by himself, and so they're kind of in full command in terms of map control here.
Yeah, definitely. That's the power of Tidehunter and Beastmaster. They say the vision control is gonna be in favor of 496, but how do they convert this into meaningful kills and objective taking? That's really up to their execution and also movement as well. But overall, I think Beastmaster needs to be the one setting those kills up.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, they kind of nice little track combination with like the Necro army. It's a pain to deal with because you can't really get away. You don't want to commit Ravage just to keep yourself alive. Masaros needs to play a little bit safer. Definitely not something that he wants to do. I mean, he's got Hood of Defiance. He's going to be going Blink next. Is that really enough? Is that tanky enough? But a nice little hook shot. They got Dat BB. He's got the Cog. Static Storm is going to be used as well. And Dat BB does go down. And he does get overcommit. You know, he's a little bit out of position, a little aggressively. And we talked about that, but unfortunately not able to get away. Did not expect that.
That was just beautiful execution coming out from Fnatic. There's no save from 496 side, so whoever that get combo like that or executed like that, they're just dead. Especially Hung and Juggernaut, they have to be really careful when it comes to tower pushing. They would have to have the Hawk just giving all the information, but then again, you are very exposed to a smoke gang coming from Fnatic. So that's definitely the biggest challenge here for 496 to play against.
And Bombi realizing, I mean, he was going to get 4 staff. He definitely has that cubed up. But you definitely need that before you can start approaching their towers because, that again, they could just keep doing that over and over and over.
Yeah, you just have to commit your heroes well in front of the tower with Juggernaut plus Leshrac, Double Leg. In that case, you'll be able to take down towers before Fnatic can react to you.
Okay.
We look at Disruptor is going straight to the Aghanim Scepter, which is it turns Disruptor into a winning condition. So that's why I really like Disruptor on 4 rather than 5.
Yeah.
Because this hero just become a different hero when you have one item.
But he's going to get scouted out here. The Hawk does scout him out, but it looks like Dat PB is just going to focus on the tower. The glyph is going to be used. They're going to have to back up here, but Jab's hasn't really been able to farm though.
Yeah, Jabs is his game is not nice here. Even though he's only look at his net worth. He's just tying at post 5 of 496 now, and you know that Hustler as a post 5 bounty, you don't really care that whether or not you are farming. All you want to do is to fight, is to contribute. Track goals.
But Bombi, they've got the silence, and here we go. The little phase away, couldn't even force staff out. He does get killed there by Moon, so nice little play there, and that's going to apply some pressure in the top lane.
Yeah, and Raven quietly, he has just been farming all the way. He's already got his secret relic.
Ooh, the Yules. Here we go. That's the reveal. They've got him into the Split Earth, and they're going to look to go. The Ravage is going to be committed. A nice little 3-man Ravage there. Hung is in a bad spot. He's been cogsed in. Moon is here, but Dat BB is just trying to spin to win. He's trying to go, but the Omni Slash is on all throughout, and Jabs does get away. He's not able to secure any kills on that one. Raven is also here. Track or not, doesn't really matter. Hustler is just trying to run away. They do glimpse him back, so they have the dust, and he tries to go. Hustler does get the kill there. That nice little cheeky play on the Jabs, and it's looking like he's going to just, go down fighting, so to speak, but he does go down in the end. Bombi is back, but for what? I'm not sure. He 4 staffs away. He does get stunned on the high ground, though, and he's going to commit the Dream Coil just to slow things down. Bombi, on the other hand, doesn't really know what to do with his life.
Going back in.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to run now.
That's not bad. That's not too bad for Fnatic, given that they're 2 to 3k behind. They're 2 to 3k behind before this, and most importantly, the 3 cores of theirs did not fall. So that's the biggest victory from them. I like that Moon went for a Maelstrom as well, so because like I say, he wants to transition into the secondary core, so he will have enough item for Juggernaut to deal to trouble Juggernaut with. Because Juggernaut, he can deal with Wraith King alone. He's gonna struggle against Wraith King, and if you have another core like Monkey King that have a lot of ways to kill his teammates, he's not gonna have enough capabilities to take down 2 cores at once.
But I feel like this is just classic SEA mistakes, right? You're winning like the game, like I think 8-2 at one point. You just have like the snowball going. Why don't you play conservatively instead of just trying to force fights that you could be potentially bad in? Because Fnatic have the ultimate team fight, and they're gonna win out, especially if you're not careful with these type of things. Oh, the Static Storm is on point with all 3 in there. They're all going to fight, and they were going to look to go. DJ gets the steal, and it looks like Mazaros has been tracked. DatBB is going to get spin to win, at least to just back off here. Hung's just trying to do as much damage as possible, but it's on throughout everybody. Yule's up on just to keep himself alive, just to slow things down. Hustler just looking for the pickoff. Hung does go down. Raven is looking to turn this up. He still have his ult, so Hustler will fall here as well. And what happened there?
They just did not anticipate the whole in from Clockwerk, and then Disruptor somehow just walk in. He was just able to put down the 3-man Static Storm in the Russian pit, so everyone was caught in that, and that was just beautiful team fight coming out from Fnatic. As you said, why do you want to force all this team fight when you know that Fnatic has the upper hand?
And secondary thing is that, I mean, you have a bounty and you have the Hawk, yet you weren't scouting the high ground, and you got caught off guard by like a 3-man Static Storm. Like, that should never happen.
Yeah, it was definitely a very huge mistake coming out from 496. You can't just turn off your brain and then walk into the Russian pit, and I hope that you can just take Russian without Fnatic contesting, because they were hoping that Fnatic wouldn't come. Since they were lacking of the Tidehunter's Ravage, but hook shot and also Static Storm, those are really low cooldowns.
Oh, nice hook shot. They got Boomy, and they're going to push him back with the cogs, and they get blown up, and Raven just doing so much work at this point. I mean, we didn't really talk about Raven's, his itemization, but he's already got Radiance. He's going to be going Yasha next. Are you okay with this item build?
Yeah, SNY is very crucial against the Pop Dreams Coil, against the Horror. So I think SNY is perfectly fine here. It's not the traditional item that we see on a Wraith King, but Wraith King, you represent the front liner for the Monkey King, for the Tidehunter, as you foresee the team fight will be. So he's just getting himself as survivable as he can.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, what would you have gone instead of the Radiance if you were to go, if you were playing in this game right now? Oh, look at that. The Wraithfire Blast on the Necro unit. Raven really wanted to kill him, but it looks like he's been tracked, and they're going to commit the Dream Coil. They do have him. Bombi, though, is going to keep himself alive. The Ravage is going to be on point. Static Storm, though. Mazaros is looking to turn this around. Bombi ticks away. He does die. Hustler gets glimpsed back, and it looks like he's going to fall as well. And what is going on in this game is Fnatic are just kind of taken over completely.
Oh, Japs did not have the vision to glimpse Hung. But that was really weird, because 496, they have been forcing teamfight over and over again, and that was just beautiful. Once again, beautiful Ravage coming out from Masaros. They did not expect the dagger on Masaros, and that was connected with the 2-man Static Storm as well. So very good teamfight coordination here coming up from Fnatic, and this is why a lot of the stronger teams shines. That's because they don't really care about laning phase. When it comes to mid-game, where they need to win the team fight that matters, they will win it. We see this a lot from Neon, and then we are seeing this now on Fnatic too.
But like, okay, you know, as the viewers, just like you're like a pub hero, right? In the sense that like you just want to play, like you lose the laning phase. But what is it that you could do tangibly as Fnatic? If you were playing on Fnatic, you were like that pub player. Like, what could you have done to make the comeback? Because this one, it seems to be like 496 is just throwing, and they're just making mistakes.
Well, I think for this one, Fnatic, they should just know that, all right, for 496, all they want to do is to group as 5, run down towers, just make our tempo crazy, and then keep forcing fights. So if you look at Fnatic, they haven't been rotating to or responded to a lot of the fights that 496 are looking for.
Okay, so nice 4-man Static Storm, or he was inside, and he's gonna just burn all of them. 496, and the Wukong's command. Roar's been committed. DJ's on the other hand running for his life. Yes, he's been tracked, but that was an amazing hook into Cogs and just lining them up. DatBB is gonna use the Omni Slash. The creeps are there though, the little the skeleton army though, and not able to get any kills off of that. And it looks like DatBB gets Wraithfire blasted, and it looks like Hustler just wants one last shot at Moon. He throws a shuriken. He does end up killing him with that, but now Hustler's on the run. But are they able to do anything? Moon, on the other hand, just gives him the tip for that. But looks like Hustler will be glimpsed, and his demise will be there. Oh, they have vision? Okay, they do. All right, and Hustler goes down as well.
1 for 4, 2 for 4, but definitely another beautiful team fight. This time they didn't even need to use the Ravage, right? I think they didn't even use the Ravage. Yeah, it was up now. So the next fight, Fnatic will have the ultimate ulti to win the team fight with Ravage again. So this is going to be really weird for Fnatic. It feels like Fnatic are just walking into the ultimates of Fnatic at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like tower defense, I feel like. You know, Fnatic's just like, oh, the zombies are coming. We know exactly where they're going to be. We're going to line up this amazing defense, and they're going to have no chance. So it seems like they're just kind of like letting them walk into it.
Definitely feels like it. And like all those 3-man, 4-man static storm is all that, alright? Fnatic, they are just gathered together and just press 2 spell to lock you down. So it feels very weird, and Fnatic definitely want to change up something here. They have to adjust their own playstyle. Maybe this is the time that you want to stop running as 5 and use your potential of catching with your Puck, with your Beastmaster, and try to pick off heroes that they are fixing the side lanes alone on Fnatic. But the thing is, will Fnatic give them those chances? Because Fnatic has already gotten all their basic items now. With the Radiance on Wraith King, the SNY, the Maelstrom plus Aghanim Scepter on Monkey King too.
Oh, nice hook shot. They found Bombi. He's going to phase away. He gets Cogs back, and he does get blown up by the Flare DJ with that nice little kill steal there. That's on point, especially as a position, what, 5?
5, yep, you're right. That's the one skill that you have to master on position 5.
Yeah. Nice little play there. But again, I think just 496, what they should have done is when they were winning, instead of just going for this team fight death ball, there's no way they're going to win out against Fnatic. We've seen them time and time again run into a brick wall, so to speak. And they should have probably looking at the Leshrac and the Beastmaster to just be split pushing, right? Just split up Fnatic, make sure that they're not sticking together. DJ, on the other hand, speaking of split up, he's all by himself, and they're going to end up getting the kill. Raven actually blinks in, and it looks like Hustler gets pushed back, and oh, the roar keeps him alive. He burns to the Radiance, though, and it looks like Red is going to just turn this up. Raven is out of mana, so he needs to be a little bit careful. He just taunts, at least for now, just trying to bait as much as he can. Moon, on the other hand, are here, as is Mazaros, and those are your teams. Your teammates here in 496. Red is not going to get away. He gets glimpsed back, and he does fall in the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened overall. Multiple fights happened in different locations, but I assume Juggernaut died to the Aghanim Scepter Static Storm from Jabs. And yeah, like the team fight, like even though Fnatic they are not taking team fights now, if they are just taking small fights, small scrimmages, their heroes are really good enough to win those fights. That's because, you know, they have gotten enough time, they've taken good fights to get to all those basic items that allow them to be really strong. And if you look at Leshrac, he has basic items too, but he doesn't have the one item that can keep him alive, which is BKB.
Yeah.
And then Juggernaut as well. If you can catch Juggernaut before his spin, he's basically dead too.
Really not a good situation for 496 to be in. I feel like you had that window, and they were doing really well in the laning phase, but I think that window is shut in the sense that this is a team that wants to be team fighting, or not team fighting, and they want to be pushing towers and ending the game at this point, and not be looking for those team fights at 25 minutes. And it looks like Hung Hung is going to stay in the Static Storm. No chance there. He gets blown up, and yeah, we talked about being split up, but I think that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, feels bad, man. He just gotten his Bloodstone, and instantly he's down 3 charges. So very, very sad there for Hung Hung. And this time, even if he got caught in Static Storm before he pops BKB, once he has it, he's gonna be dead as well because it's the Aghanims on Jabs now.
Yeah.
That's the one item that can just cancel all of the carries out there that needs to play around BKB.
It's so good. It's so good. I mean, you know, we talked about like how he's going to suffer and how he's going to do it, but if you just constantly just win team fights and you don't die, you're going to get it eventually.
Definitely. The only way to really counter this is to have a hero that can remove you off the Static Storm, like an OD, like a Shadow Demon, or a hero like Oracle that can save you, that can allow you to stay alive after the Static Storm. But unfortunately, 496 they don't have none of them because they are running a full offensive lineup.
I understand that Hustler's Bounty Hunter was picked first, but I just feel like that's like not their team synergy just isn't really in play. Like the Bounty, you want to kind of provide vision and you just blow people up, but they've got like Leshrac and like, you know, Beastmaster, which are like kind of like the slow sustaining type. You know what I mean? Like they're not like the gank blow up like the Lina style, right?
Yeah. I mean, normally if you want to create synergy, you can go with a Bounty Hunter plus Storm, Bounty Hunter plus Ember Spirit. They can really make use of your vision.
Yeah.
In this case, they are really just eyeing for the track goal advantage for them to go for. Oh my god, look at.
Oh, Bommy. He tried to just get a little phase. He's alive, but he went the wrong way, and looks like he's going to just be killed there. Mazaroth's going to just spit a little. His spit is corrosive, apparently, and he's going to kill that one.
Yeah, but if you look at 496, they have really good pushing, like tower pushing cores with Beastmaster, Leshrac, and Juggernaut. It tells you a lot what they want to do in this game, which is just to push down towers. That's why the heroes like Tide, Monkey King, Wraith King are just so great. All of them want to be defending the towers.
Yeah, and like, they just death ball. Like, how do you deal with this as 496 other than split pushing? Like, there's no real way to actually fight them if they were committed to a lane.
Not really. They'll have to pick Fnatic off first before they're having the five-man formation. So it's really tricky from 496 side. It's basically, they are a draft that really excel when enemy is inexperienced enough to keep splitting off the map, to don't have the strategical discipline to play together. But unfortunately, Fnatic, they know exactly what 496 wanted to do, and they are not giving them the chance.
Right. I feel like 496 have just kind of had like a large Chinese New Year's dinner. They just ate, and now they're like, oh, they started off strong, but then all of a sudden, like, food coma kicked in, and they're kind of like struggling right now.
Yeah, definitely struggling right now. These are the kind of drop that either you snowball and end the game really quickly. Hopefully, ideally by now. Otherwise, you have to wait for your pick very, very long time after that.
Oh, Bommy. Oh, he's actually not going to stick around. Mind you, Moon is 7 levels higher than Bommy. So he does need to be careful here. And, okay, they've got the Static Storm right onto DatBB, which is right on point. Jabs will probably die for this, but they got DatBB. Roar's keeping him alive. Ravage is going to be committed. They killed DatBB, and that's most of their damage. And Red is going to try to run away. The kinetic field is going to lock him into place. Got nowhere to go. Jabs does die. Hustler does end up at least securing that, but a little too late at this point, especially since he's already got the Static Storm down. Bommy, on the other hand, running for his life. How many times have we seen this? And looks like he does get away this time, though.
Sludge. Hustler has just been eyeing for Jabs the entire game. Every time it's gonna be like Fnatic, everyone stay alive except for Jabs, and he's always dead to the Bounty Hunter.
But you know, once he's already casted his spells, at least one round of it. I mean, yeah, you want to constantly cast them, but you know what I mean. Once the Static Storm is down with the Ags, you found DatBB. Like, you know, what else do you need to do? Yeah,
job's done for Jabs basically. Yeah. I like the choice of the Blink Dagger as well. It's just a very good way to catch DatBB off guard, especially you have a hook shot to complement your spell with. So it's really good setups coming out from Fnatic that can really allow Jabs to put down those very crucial Static Storm. Yeah,
they're so good. They're so good and on point. But I mean, like, look at this lineup, right? He hooks you, cogs you, you know, ravages you. Wukong's command baits you with Ravens, like his reincarnate. Like, it's almost like the easiest game for Disruptor. I mean, the hero's not the most, like, the easiest of heroes to play, but like when you have like this combination that just makes your life easier, you're gonna look like an all-star.
Oh, definitely. Disruptor is the one hero that always loves to be playing ahead, and when this hero is ahead, he feels like the like you say, all-star. Like anyone will just die from him as long as there's the vision for him to glimpse. Static Storm will be the one spell that can carry his team to shut down all the carries out there without a save. Yeah. So I like the heroes that Fnatic are pairing with the Disruptor. If you think about it, you have Clockwerk with the what you call the rocket for the vision, and then you have 3 tanky cores in front of you constantly to provide you vision for the glimpse. So it's a dream Disruptor game, really.
Yeah.
Even Jabs had a really terrible early game, but still, this hero just that strong.
And I mean, they're just winning team fights, right? As long as he survives at the end, like, he's not gonna have any issues. Like, look at how strong Raven is. Like, this is like, you know, he's pretty much Superman. He realizes that he is very strong, and they're gonna have a hard time even just trying to stop this. And Mu is gonna use Wukong's command, force back away. The Dream Coil is actually gonna connect, so that really played off. But they got the Roar, and they committed that onto him, and it looked like at least they got that. Hung is on the run. He does have BKB. The Static Storm is going to be off the mark in the sense that he missed, but Ravage is now going to be committed, and they're looking to turn this around. They thought they were being chased as the prey, but it looks like they're going to have to run for their own lives. Red is the only one alive, as well as Bomby, and it looks like DatBB is just trying to do what he can. He's trying to fight Raven, but he can't outfight him, and it looks like they're going to just go for more. Mazaros is doing a little body block. Red just trying to run for his life, not able to do that. They've got track everywhere. They have vision. They know exactly where they are, but they're in their base, and Raven does get, he blinks forward, does get that kill. Hustler, spider legs into the fountain. And just give him the rampage at this point. With Raven with the ultra kill, and he does stop, and they're trying to give it to him, and they're trying to bait it out, but Jabs, what a dick! What a dick!
Jabs is gonna get featured in the Fnatic's content next week.
Give him the rampage. What was that?
The man that steals the rampage.
They were trying to give him the rampage.
Yeah, they're trying to have to. Even Jabs tried to glimpse him back, but unfortunately, I think Counter-Strike got the last hit, so that was a bit unfortunate for Raven.
That was actually hilarious, and at the same time, reportable offense. And I want to see this game in my Overwatch queue sometime.
Fnatic Jabs reported for griefing.
Yeah. All right, and that's going to be GG. 32 minutes, 35-19. And man, Fnatic were like, all right, once we're in control, there's like pedal to the metal. Let's end it.
Yeah, like Fnatic is not playing any silly games here because you know that they are eyeing to win out all the games and then eventually win Neon and get the first spot for the major. So that basically secures you an invitation to TI. The fact that you end yourself up in the winner bracket of the major. So every single match influence your future a lot. That's why Fnatic they are being very serious here. As you can look at their draft, they're just on point. Look at Raven, 17-0-10. Crazy ADA coming out from the carry.
Like, that's the craziest thing. This is the thing, is that they were like, I mean, he was up against the Beastmaster, right? They were trying to secure it. And this guy's like, what? I think he's a master tier Beastmaster on Red, that is. So, like, he clearly knows how to play it. But the fact that, like, Raven is like, yeah, you kind of stopped him, kinda, sorta, kinda. Even at 10 minutes, he's the highest on his team. But Raven still managing to find farm and just being able to carry like this. Just Raven, just very consistent and a great carry in C.
Yeah, he just understands his games. He knows that what Beastmaster wants to do. He knows how to avoid that. He knows that, you know, he cannot go for the Midas greedy build. He needs to go for Radiance disco aim, and then he just have to tank up with the SNY. So the understanding is on another level now on Raven, and this is why he has been one of the most consistent carry ever in Southeast Asia. And that being said, beautiful game one coming up from Fnatic. Just very clean overall.
Yes, great game. All right, let's take a quick break as we wait for game two then. I'll see you in a bit.
All right then. See you.